indications from some of these past earthquakes, but not like this. This earthquake lasted about 30 to 45 seconds. That's how it was around our region, and just from my own knowledge, sitting here in the newsroom watching everybody really kind of in a panic because you're really not sure exactly what started that shaking. And things were shaking very violently around our region here in the northwest Washington area. We did get a report from Tom Kierline up around the Damascus area and Mount Airy. He said he felt that. He called in immediately. We have another report around the Baltimore area also saying that they felt the shaking too. So I still would like to see what has happened down there towards the Fredericksburg area, because that is right around where it was centered. Once again, centered 9 miles to the west of 9 miles from Mineral, Virginia, just to the east of the Shenandoah, just to the east of the Blue Ridge. That's where that. And right now, I think we have Chris Gordon on the phone. Chris, are you there? Chris, do you hear me? Okay, Chris Gordon, we're gonna continue to get crews up throughout the afternoon, but I can tell you right now, we're probably going to be on this story all day long, and you want to make sure you stay right here to NBC4 for the latest on this. Once again, we want to hear from you. Call us, you can email us, you can Facebook us at NBCWashington.com, and go on my Facebook page too, NBCWashington.com/Doug Kammerer, and we'll try to get out any kind of reports that you have too, because we want to hear from you, the viewer, and how this affected your afternoon. This is going to be something that, once again, just does not happen very often in our region. A 5.8 magnitude earthquake in our area a little bit earlier today, just down to our south and west, about 100 miles south and west of the Washington, D.C. region. You can see there, we don't have any damage right around the area. This is not going to cause damage to most major structures. I don't think we're going to see any major damage around the Washington, D.C. area. But down there towards Fredericksburg, going to continue to watch out for that. Veronica Johnson is with me now. And Veronica, go ahead with some information that you found.
Sure, just taking a look online. As we said, this is the sort of thing where a lot of people will say, I felt it, I definitely felt it, and that is really whatever you were doing. As we said, we've got reports as far north as Baltimore, Maryland, and certainly there will be some as far south as perhaps even areas like Bristol and Harrisonburg down in Virginia. But when you take a look at that type of magnitude at 5.8, really anything between 5 and 5.9, that is considered a moderate earthquake. It's a type of quake that can cause major damage to some poorly constructed buildings. So there may be later today some reports of a couple of buildings close to the epicenter, which again is just 9 miles from Mineral, Virginia, so not too far from Fredericksburg, Virginia. At most, slight damage to well-designed buildings. And when you look at this type of quake at this type of magnitude, there are some 800 that occur each year, 800. So moderate earthquake. We are, I'm sure, going to be getting more and more calls on this throughout the afternoon.
And Tom Sherwood is with us now. Tom, you have some information too that you'd like to relay.
Well, we were all sitting there when the building started rumbling, and of course, one of the first things I got a call from my son in Bowie, who said that his small office out there off of Central Avenue, he said we ran outside, and I said, well, I'm not even sure that's what people should do. You should always seek shelter from a strong support, not run outside. What do people do when something like this happens?
And that's a
go under the table,
first
get
in
in the
our
bathtub.
area, we're not familiar with this. So yeah, the first thing you want to do is get inside a doorway, an interior doorway, where you know that you have some support. But at the same time, you can get out there. If you don't have any buildings in your area, get out of your house if you were to feel that building start to shake. And we may actually feel a couple of aftershocks. This was not one of those 7 or 8 magnitude earthquakes, so I don't think we're going to be feeling those aftershocks for a few days. But we're going to be getting some aftershocks here too. So don't be surprised, especially down around that Fredericksburg area, especially down around Mineral, Virginia, to see some of those aftershocks. They're going to be in the range of maybe a 2, maybe a 3, or a 4. Those aren't going to be something that's
well. So, I was in here playing Xbox, and I started feeling shaky, and I thought it was a washing machine or something, and I was playing, and no more internet, can't connect, and no internet on that either, and so I got up, my mom started screaming and stuff, and this whole shelf started shaking, and the lightsaber thingy fell off from the top, and that's pretty much all that happened. And we ran downstairs, and then pretty much it stopped.
Montgomery County, back towards
So,
Frederick County, and then all the way down towards
pretty much what
Fredericksburg.
happened.
That's where we see the epicenter of this earthquake of 5.8 magnitude earthquake center, 9 miles once again to the west of Mineral, Virginia. Now, as far as other earthquakes in the past, Veronica, you got some more?
I do. Just
When I
a
said to
couple of
my
minutes
dad
ago,
that
we
go.
did have reports that not only
And the cell phones and everything aren't working. So, yep. Nothing. This is 5.8 on the Richter scale. I guess Virginia 2012 earthquake. Yep.